So I just got done shooting my Glock 19 Generation 4. Let's get it cleaned. First thing I always like to do, and I guess this is dependent on the surface, if you don't care about it, then you don't really need to put down newspapers. But if you do, if it's like your wife's coffee table, then definitely put down some newspapers or something to protect it, because things do get a little oily. Second thing, well, this would really have been the first thing, but just safety check it, make sure that everything is totally safe. I mean, that's not going to be a good way to start off your cleaning experience if you are, cleaning a loaded gun and all that. So we are safe here. So the next thing we got to do for the Glock is just to disassemble it. So to do that, we're going to lock it back, and then you hold down these two levers right there, pull the trigger, and then off it goes. So lock it back, push down these two levers right here, and then release it, the slide, and then pull the trigger, and it slides off exactly like that. Nice thing about these pistols, very simple. Here we have our 4 parts. The spring here, I suppose you can clean it if you want. I never really do, but those are the 4 parts. I expect this to be pretty dirty just because I've shot quite a few rounds before doing the video, which if you haven't seen, you can go on the channel and look at or watch the Glock 19 at the range video. So the first thing I like to do is what I use is CLP brake free. Now there's all sorts of lubricants out there, so I'm not saying that you have to use this one, but that's what I have. That's what I've been using. I've been happy with it. My secret weapon here is the milk carton lid. That just makes it a very easy way to keep track of your oil, so we'll put that right there. And then what I like to do is just start to get the inner of the barrel soaking. That way, the CLP can do its thing. So for that, I like to use a cleaning patch, and then I have this contraption that comes with I would say probably any cleaning case. Now there's definitely other things out there I've seen, like bore snakes and stuff like that. So I mean, that would work too, but just get the dipped in there, and then we're just gonna pull it on through. And we'll do that a couple of times. You can already see right there, pretty dirty, but we'll just get that in there soaking good, and we'll set that off to the side for the time being. Well, not really, because we're going to go right back at it, but more so we'll leave the innards alone. So take some sort of brush, and then we're just going to start scrubbing away. As I say in all my other cleaning videos, I mean, this is good, solid material. So it's not like you're going to scratch it or do any harm to it if you press too hard. So yeah, don't be shy. Scrub away, and you can never have too much oil and lubricant as far as I'm concerned. So I'd say better to have too much than too little. Make sure to flip that over and try to get in the areas. Now, do you have to scrub and make sure to get every little bit of dirt and grime and gunpowder and all that out? Not at all. These guns are built to operate. These guns are built to, shoot when they're not squeaky clean. So by no means is it the end of the world if maybe you don't get it perfectly clear. The other secret weapon, very hard to find these, but a white t-shirt. And they work fantastic. So like I said, I expected it to be pretty dirty. Here is a nice white portion. Let's see what happens here. And you can see right there, yeah, this thing is pretty dirty. So, but a t-shirt, very cost-effective way to just use as your cleaning rag. Again, for you married people out there, don't go grab a piece of clothing that your significant other does not want you to be using for that. So we got the outside of the barrel all done. Again, remember the inside is soaking. So we'll just set that up here for the time being, and we'll come back to that later. Next part we want to get is the upper portion. So let's pour some more CLP in there, and like the barrel, just start scrubbing away. Don't be shy. Try to get all the different nooks and crannies in here. It is hard to get everything, but there's a little tool or trick that I did not invent by any stretch, but that I learned does indeed do a good job. So again, we'll just scrub this all out. Now, as far as kind of the little trick, again, something very, very complicated, very hard to come by, a Q-tip. Q-tips can do wonders. So what I like to do is just, dab some on, and then you have these ridges along the slide. So just make sure that you're getting those cleaned out. I mean, you can see how black that is. And then in all these other areas, just clean, clean, clean. Now this is definitely a situation where, are you going to get these Q-tips to be, perfectly white after doing this? Absolutely not. I suppose some people may want to think, you know what, no, you should have that Q-tip about as white as possible after you get done cleaning. In my mind, that's just not going to happen, nor, in my opinion, does it need to happen. Going back to the point I've already made, these guns are built to work. These guns are built to be reliable and not have the requirement of, well, it's got to be squeaky clean in order to operate. So sure, I'll go over, go through a few Q-tips, but I'm not going to keep doing this for the next 3 hours until, I pull up the Q-tip and it's, bright white. That's just, like I said, if that's what makes you feel most comfortable, that is fine, but in my opinion, that just doesn't need to be done. So we have now the inner portion for the most part cleaned out. Let's grab our trusty t-shirt again and get these other portions of it. So get those grooves. And there we go. The top portion is now nice and squeaky clean. And then we have the lower portion, which is mainly just polymer, but there are some metal components on it. So I like to just, make sure to scrub any of the metal components. I have watched some people and they don't even really worry about this, but I figure, you know what, if there's metal, I want to at least do it at least a once over in terms of the scrubbing. So there we go, got that done. And these are very kind of groovy situations, so we're going to have to definitely go back to the Q-tip, but we'll first just start off with the t-shirt and get whatever we can here. So you can still see where my, there's still grease and grime and gopher guts all down there. Anybody remember that song? Maybe that's just an Ohio thing. Anyways, so same with the Q-tip, just kind of go wherever you got to go. You can see still pretty black, but like I was saying, I am not going to sit here for the next 3 hours and just keep scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing until one of these Q-tips is as white as snow. I want to make Glock earn their money and make sure that they have indeed put together a gun that fires and does not need to be squeaky clean to fire. I found some pretty big dirt hiding in there. Trying to play hide and go seek, huh? Well, I just found you, so. So there we go. I'm satisfied with that. Now we got to circle back to the inner portion of our barrel. And for this, we need our truss. Now, the nice thing about Glocks is it does come with this cleaning brush. So we'll screw that on here. And I always like to just make sure we get a little bit more lube on it. So there we go. And then we're going to just put it through the barrel. The number of times you do this, well, that is up to you. For some reason, I like 3 times, but whatever floats your boat. So that is now through. Now we can take those patches through it again, and hopefully we'll find some grime. So let's grab another cleaning patch. If I could grab one, there we go. So we'll fold this up. Well, that was a fail. Let's see if I can do it again. I wish I had an excuse for why that happened, but I guess I'm just clumsy. Okay, let's take it through the barrel. And right there you can see, still pretty greasy and grimy. So we'll do that a few more times, make sure we get it nice and cleaned out. I am not of the camp that you have to keep putting, swabs through until they're bright white. That's fine by me. I'm not worried about it. The final thing I like to do is just make sure that everything has, a coat of lubricant on it. So for that, again, grab a cleaning patch or something and just, dab it in your lubricant, and then just take it, and I like to put it on the outer of the barrel. And when you stop and think about it, there is a whole lot of friction. There's a whole lot of, mechanics that are going on every time you pull that trigger. And lubricant helps with friction. It just keeps things healthy and working better. So that is all lubed up, and we'll hop over here, and once again, just make sure this is nice and lubricated up. Also, we will get the Q-tip involved once again, because you want to get these slides, where the gun, that's where this is all occurring. So you definitely want to make sure that those areas have lubricant on it, because that is, without question, a very high traffic area of friction. So like I said, just put some on the Q-tip, rub the Q-tip right along there, and you got a sufficient amount of lube. And then finally, down here, I'd say, I'm feeling them right now, and I can still feel, it's still slick enough. But if you feel those and all these things feel bone dry, then I'd say definitely lube up some of these metal components down here. So we have it all cleaned up. Now we just got to assemble the thing. So let's, hopefully I can remember how to do this. So let's see. I want to flip that down. You just put the barrel in. Not like that. Like that. And then you just simply put in the spring. There we go. And now on the end of the gun, you're going to want to kind of put together a puzzle. There we go. Now you can see. So you just work on the puzzle. You slide those pieces in. And there we go. Your gun is back together. It's kind of slick. So the final once over I like to do is, I don't know if, yeah, it's still pretty, quite a bit of lubricant. So I like to just give it the once over like this. Now it won't be so slimy and greasy the next time you want to rack it. So here we are. Now it'll be easier. Good, clean Glock 19. If you found this video helpful, click that like button. Hopefully you did, and you liked it enough to at least maybe want to search around the channel. I do other videos than just cleaning. I have, like I said, I just shot this one down at the range. So if you want to see that, check out the channel, and a lot of other stuff there. So check that stuff out. Hopefully you decide to subscribe. And yeah, have a good one. Enjoy your Glock 19.